at the end of the year. Can you give us any idea when we might be able to go back to the office, or more importantly for most people, to hug or kiss our loved ones? Or can we really look forward to an end to social distancing this summer? You said earlier in the comments that you will not pull the rug out from under businesses and workers, yet you've told them that they have to wait until the budget. Many, especially the self-employed and the hospitality sector, are already on the brink and now are facing more months of lockdown restrictions, meaning that as the country opens up this summer, we could be facing mass job losses. Can you give them the reassurance that they so desperately need now?
Yes,
so as we get the population vaccinated, and the ambition is to have all adults have a first dose by the end of July, as the Prime Minister has said, you start to get real protection across the entire population. At that point, many of these things that we've got in place now will have gone. It's possible that coming into next winter, in particular, certain things may be necessary. And Tony Fauci yesterday said in the US that he thought that things like masks may be needed next winter. And I think we're in the same position, that it may be necessary next winter to have things like mask wearing in certain situations. Hand hygiene should remain part of the norm. Making sure that if we get the sorts of symptoms that we know are associated with COVID, we stay off work. Having an effective test, trace and isolate system still in place will be an important part of the baseline measures that we're talking about. And taking individual responsibility for thinking about where there's an environment in which there could be a risk, particularly during the winter months, are the sorts of things that I think we should expect for next winter. That's not the same as a whole raft of MPIs in place restricting movement. Now, all of this depends on what we see and what we measure and how this goes. I'm not making any promises about anything, but those are the sorts of measures that you might expect, I think, as a sort of baseline to be required during winter months. Chris, you may want to
on the hospitality sector, I know how tough it's been for that sector, and particularly for many female workers in that sector who make up such a large proportion of the workforce, and we will of course continue to support them in any way that we can throughout the pandemic, and Rishi will be, the Chancellor will be setting out more next week to go with this roadmap. We've already, as you know, done £280 billion worth of support for the whole economy on getting people back into work, particularly young people. Don't forget there's the Kickstart programme worth £2 billion on its own to help people into employment if they lose their jobs in hospitality or retail or any other sector. But the best thing for all these sectors is just to get them open again in a COVID-secure way on the dates that we've set out. We really hope, and not to go backwards. That's what we're trying to do. I think that sense of a date, an ambition, a goal will be, I hope, will be reassuring to a great many businesses as they take the difficult decisions that they must. Thanks very much. Let's go to Joe Murphy of the Evening Standard.
Thank you very much.